Alright, today is going to be a day we're going to talk about moralities, virtues, and laws. And the fact is that we're going to talk about the relationship these things share. And very simply, they all are very closely connected, even though people really wouldn't associate them with each other necessarily. The fact is, virtue is someone that displays a very high standard of morality. It's in the case of someone who you know would never lie in regards to something, so you trust them without question to tell the truth, because the fact is that, you know what, you realize that they have, you consider them virtuous for the fact that they don't lie to you. And you can always trust their word. But our general moral structures are something that is generally linked with our system of beliefs. And, you know, whether you're of a person of faith or a person not of faith, I think we can all understand that, you know, there are certain things that you really don't do to people. There are lines that are drawn between where this is okay for me to do, and then where this is a clear violation of somebody else's rights. The fact is that we personally make those distinctions, and that is our morality. The fact is that when we think we've crossed the line and we've done something wrong, that's where our morality is. That's the line. Now with law is dealing specifically with society, right, as a whole. The fact is that with society, the laws are specifically based on the morals of people of the society. And they generally are to try and define clear lines of where my rights end and where someone else's begin. But the fact is that as all equal people, the thing is, those are the same borders for all of us. What we do is that as a respecter or a keeper of law, we understand, okay, well, you know what, I don't, you know, defraud somebody. I don't, you know, steal or, you know, or bring physical harm upon them without reason. You don't kill somebody without reason. Very simply put, the fact is you don't do these things because why? Because this is a violation of their property or of their personal rights. The fact is that do people need to have their money stolen? Do people need to have their possessions stolen? No, that's a violation of their property. The fact is that this is a line. The thing is that, you know, I go to the store and I buy something. Well, that's my property. Why? Because I bought and paid for it with my own money. The fact is that they didn't buy and pay for it. Now, if it's a gift to them, that's different. But if they come up to me and essentially try and take it by force, that is theft. And that is a line that we're crossing. We're moving into something that is a violation of my rights, because the fact is they're taking from me what I have paid for out of my own personal wealth or property. The fact is that they have no right to that. But yet there are people who think that they do have a right to that. And of course this is wrong according to the law. And the fact is that in our own personal moral codes, this should be wrong as well. The fact is, this is how they connect and overlap. The thing is now, our moral codes will use much more personal boundaries, whereas the law is much broader and generally is designed for all kinds of people, because all people have to be able to interact in a civil manner with each other. And they can't do that without specific rules in order to define those those actions towards each other. What's appropriate? What's not appropriate? What is, a violation of my own personal morality, and then what's a violation of the code of law? The thing is, if somebody comes out, and forcibly takes from me, that's a violation of law. Well, the thing is now, if we're talking in terms of personal, my personal values are that of a very conservative individual. I don't believe I should lie to people, right? Well, the law doesn't say that specifically you shouldn't lie to people in your personal, private interactions. Things they can't control that. That's something that's left up to the individual, which is our responsibility to understand when people are lying or telling us the truth. And the thing is that we have to rely on the actual morality of others in that respect as well. Because the fact is that the government has no control. The fact is they can't control these things. Now, in terms of business, yes, they can. But if somebody lies to me, well, yeah, I may feel violated, and I may feel like, they shouldn't have done that. But it's not a violation of law, meaning they don't receive a punishment from the government. Now, the thing is, they will lose my trust. The thing is, there are positive and negative consequences for everything we do. And that's the thing that people have to understand, is that we have our own personal limits. But then we have the limits that society has to set so that we can live civilly together. And so this is how this relates together. And I mean, it's simple, it's straightforward, and you know what? If anyone has any questions, any comments, any points of debate, I'd feel good about just opening up the discussion. So please comment below, and you know what? I'll do my best to respond, and we can have a civil discussion about this.